barking at all the squirrels and birds. It's fine.
We're going to sit on the end so that we can zip out. Ellie, can you come sit over? We're going to move our things so that we can be on the end. Yes, there you go.
Great. Now a song will go through my head.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks so much. You've been ever so helpful. I'm very, very easily, what's that word? Not inspired.
Suggestible.
That's close.
Close.
Close. Don't worry, I'll yell it out in the middle of the service. Everybody like, what's that word?
Good morning and welcome. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Chattanooga. I am the Reverend Mandy Goheen. My pronouns are she, her, and it is my great honor to be the Lego master today. Maybe not master, just supporter. Welcome into this space, no matter if you've ever built with Legos before or if you've built with them a million times. Welcome if you are a parent, child, grandparent, friend to children, auntie, uncle. Welcome no matter what brought you here today. We are going to have a special service. This is multi-generational, which means our youth will stay in the room. But it's also special because a lot of our youth are on trips because it's fall break. So I thought it would be a good opportunity to be playful as adults and lean into our love of building and Legos. All right. So, as we start our service, please join me in our land acknowledgement. At UUCC, we acknowledge that our church sits on Cherokee, Muskogee, and Ute land. Okay, so Autumn said you would come up and help me light the chalice. But I have hand motions, so come on up, figure it out. And is this the same way you all do it downstairs with the UU, or am I teaching everyone something new today?
Teaching everyone something.
Okay, I thought I was. All right, let's learn something new. Yeah. Okay, so remember when you light the chalice, you light this with that, and then you light that. So let's start this first, and then we don't catch my hair on fire. Ready? So first we make a U shape with both of our hands. We are Unitarian Universalists with minds that think. Love. And hands that are ready to serve. Together we care for the earth and work for peace and friendship in our world. pinky promise. You can do it with other people or yourself, depending on.
We didn't get it.
You didn't get it. Oh, okay. Now light it, and we'll let the adults out of this hard moment for us. It's shocking to invite people to latch together again. We went through that isolation period in our life. All right. Excellent. And when we light candles, when we light candles later, will you come help me again? Okay, you can go back to your Legos. I saw you brought Legos. All right, after that, we have been singing the Fire of Commitment this month, so I invite people to rise in body and or spirit and join us in singing the Fire of Commitment. We should know the words by now and sing our joy out. Remember when that's stuck in your head to go vote. Okay, if anyone would like to come closer and hear about Jet Pig, you are welcome. There is a Jet Pig on the cover of your order of service. If you need more Legos, there are Legos here to play with. Oh, look at these Jet Pig people who are interested. Jet Pig, what will Unitarian Universalism come up with next? So I'm going to show you some slides about something that the adult people in the Unitarian Universalist Association have been working so hard on, and they didn't know they invented, which is the Jet Pig. Now I'm asking you, have you seen a pig fly before? No. Me neither. And I hope when you go meet your friends and they ask you what you believe from our church, that you believe that even pigs can fly. So we'll see more about this. So we passed this big article too. It has to do with deepening us into our principles. Does anybody know any of our principles off the top of their head? Minerva, yes, the inherent worth and dignity of every person. Oh my gosh, Autumn, yes, the democratic process. Yes, yes. A free and equitable search for truth and meaning, of course. Or some words that are even more interesting that look like a flower. They were figuring out how to talk to everybody about all these words: justice, interdependence, equity. And they thought of this flower with all these big words on it, and they were still like, but that's a weird story for kids, so let's think of something else. How about J. Piglet? Also, all the letters in the word for J. Piglet, that was invented. And then Jet Pig was invented, and it is the answer to Article 2. If you look at J. Piglet, he has UUIs. And their pronoun is they and them, and they have generosity, like a diamond, and some kind of a magical wand in their tail. Sounds pretty amazing. So it didn't take long for people to think it could fly, quite seriously. Then AI came into our lives and created more and more jet pigs in a more and more realistic way. In fact, one woman who raises pigs, who's a Unitarian Universalist, now names all her pigs with J names. Yeah. And then somebody had a 3D printer, and they made the pig have little jetpack. And then somebody else used wood to make the pig carry a puzzle with all the words. And the words are a lot. So, what did you just remember from all that? You look like nothing.
Pigs fly.
Pigs fly. Thank you. Was it helpful to think of Unitarian Universalism as a pig, or as confusing as it was before I started talking about it? Both. Well, that's pluralism. So you can hold both beliefs that you know for sure, and it's confusing. What do you think, Minerva, about pigs? What do they say? Oink, oink. Also true. Do you know what's neat about being a Unitarian Universalist is we can be creative and we can come up with a lot of different ways to understand things and to understand ourselves. And somebody came up with the idea of a pig to help with that, but I think that we'll use Legos to talk about this instead. Because I don't believe that pigs fly or want to. Do you think a pig would want to fly?
I think
They're good in the mud. What do you think? Do pigs want to fly? They live at a barn. Yeah. Have you seen a barn fly? This is getting really confusing. No.
I have one time.
You have seen a barn fly one? Well, there's been some storms around, so yeah. Yeah.
There was 2 cows and then the house.
There was 2 cows in the house.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if Unitarian Universalism, I'm a fan of chickens. Do you think chickens would be a better way to explain it?
Although there is a fly that could live in a barn, and they can fly.
There's a fly that lives in a barn, so formulate your jokes, okay? So that's about all I have to say about pigs and flying right now. I want to show you that there are Legos here. If you're little enough to eat them, please don't. And I would love some parental help with that. Oh, good. Yay, Sally is on it. The reason Legos are important is I want to tell you one last thing about Jet Pig. So about 4 or 5 years ago when I got here, and you all weren't here yet, people were little who are bigger now, they had a big bin of Legos over there. And the sound of digging in Legos triggers me in a way that parents sometimes get triggered by a sound. And it's something that goes, whoosh, whoosh, and I'll do it later just to demonstrate so we're on the same page. And I said, there will never be Legos in this church again unless pigs fly. And now we have Legos in the church. So we might as well make a pig fly. So how about before we get too busy, we do joys and concerns with all of you. And does anybody want to light a candle for a joy or concern? And then we're going to do a little meditation, and then we're going to dig through Legos in just a minute, okay? So who wants to help me light a candle first before we let the grown-ups come up? Oh. Yeah, that's good. That one will fly. Oh, that would make a pig fly. Come on. Come on. You can come up. I'll help you. Let me light that. So this is for your joys and concerns, spoken and unspoken. You ready? You got to reach up and down like that. All right. That one's for you. Who's next? Who needs to light a candle? Come on up here. Did you have a big thing happen this week? You went to a big pool. I would light a candle for that too. Come on. I'm happy you're here. Hello. Don't get that near the fur. Come on. Can I hold the wand while you do that? Okay, perfect. Do you have something to light a candle for? Okay. Can you hold it up a little higher? A little higher. Oh, we don't like to do what people want us to with our arms sometimes. Okay, there we got it. Perfect. And here's your wand. Do you want to say what it's for? What? She went to a big beach. I would light a candle for that too. What do you want to? You ready? Okay. This is a good one. You want to say what it's for? Did you say no? Good. Perfect. We're Unitarian Universalists. And now, if any adults would like to come up and light a candle, you all are free to quietly play with Legos. And I invite you forward to light a candle for your joys and or your concerns. I invite all of us to take a moment in silence together. Silence as it is, as I light the rest of the candles for intentions that we hold in our heart, and I light the white taper candle for peace. Maybe. I do want to take this opportunity to announce that longtime friend and loyal forum attender Richard Ralston passed away on Thursday. His memorial service will be at the National Cemetery at 12:30 on Tuesday. So I wanted folks to know that. One of my favorite things to remember about him was his just really lovely, gentle spirit. He never quite got my jokes, and so we would talk about that edge a little bit. And I think the other thing is he told me on the first time I ever came that he would take me sailing. And I am just thinking of him sailing now at peace and in gentleness. He joined this congregation the year I was born in 1969. So let's take a moment for Richard. I'm starting to remember why I moved those. Right? Okay, so Lego Palooza. So my idea, and I'm going to move up here so I can be heard a little bit better, is that maybe Jet Pig is something exciting, a new way for us to build. Maybe it's the materials to build with. Sometimes materials can be messy. And sometimes, who here has had a bucket of Legos in their home before? Okay, so most of us know that when you dig through this, it makes this particular noise. You also know that there's probably a pterodactyl in there, and maybe some tape. A dinosaur would be expected. And some face mask cream, because you just never know what winds up in the Lego box. But the different colors are pretty amazing to me, and I want to think about how this acronym of JETPIG, or what we want to call building with Legos, building a theology, how it might work. When it is in this calamity, it is tempting to sort it out into spots. Any of you people who had that bucket of Legos ever sort it for your children in color-coordinated tiny drawers? Yes. Did that work? No. No, it didn't. What happened next? Who knows what happened next? It went back here, right? One of the biggest trials, we adopted 5- and 6-year-old boys, and so I went from 0 to Legos pretty quick. We didn't have Legos exactly when I was a kid, probably, but my cousins were city kids. They probably had Legos. We had sticks, so not familiar with those yet. The interesting thing about Legos is they're imagination builders. There's something that anchors you. The feeling of a Lego in the dark on the bottom of your foot when you go to light a room up because the night light didn't work and someone's upset is a particular experience of growth and trying not to say really bad things about Legos. Legos that get sorted and overly sorted can increase the creativity and organization that adults need, but sometimes that limits our children into thinking in boxes that do not exist. Sometimes in our orderliness, we will build a wall, but it's the kind of wall we want. And if anybody has ever experienced a child building the wall and then dropping it, we know the anguish that this can mean too. Sometimes things fall apart. But I want to come back to these words that were put in a specific order to write Jet Pig because they are important, and I've been really trying hard to accept things that I do not love with more grace. And one of the things I did not love was this circle, and I've been trying to be really positive about it. When I see it, I see what's not there. Because isn't that our natural tendency to kind of argue and push back and see what's not there? What's not there, even though love is in the middle, what's not there is the inherent worth and dignity of every person. What's not there is the democratic process. What's not there are all these things. These are centering words that build out our longer principles. They're shorthand, but also pluralism. Raise your hand if you're very familiar with what that is. Me, because I went to seminary, right? Like, what does that mean? It means to hold multiple beliefs together, which we can do in our community. Equity, we talk about that a lot here. I really like the image of the circle that was spoken about, of inviting people in. If somebody draws a circle around them to leave you out, you just draw your circle bigger to envelop them. You change things and give people access to what they need. Transformation seems like a really big, fancy, more confusing word than a search for truth and meaning, a personal search for truth and meaning. Yes, though, transformation will happen along the way. Sometimes we're wrong. Sometimes change needs to happen. I remember getting to Star King School for the Ministry the first day and reading the principles over and over again on the airplane because I didn't have them memorized, and being so worried that there would be some kind of hazing where I would have to recite them in front of the president of the school to be accepted as a good person. But Unitarian Universalism is more than that. We've been taught it's more than that. Last week, I talked about, wrong slide. I talked about revelation not being sealed and how there was a concept of how we're always discovering new things, and how it's not always the outcome we think, but it's not certainty. Going back to Legos, lots of people really enjoy building those kits, right? And putting them together and making them perfect. And I've even met some people who keep them like that. In my house, Legos were a tool for battle, I think. They were not a tool of creativity. In fact, my kids requested we go to the dollar store and get duct tape and those old telephone wires. Remember those that used to, in the olden days? And they would build these extraordinary Lego things that didn't fall apart when they beat them together and threw them onto my roof. The Lego isn't the end. It's not the point. The word isn't the point. The thing that I also see that is missing here, because, gosh, I think Unitarian Universalism is about relationships, right? Why isn't that higher? Why is it that these words and the colors that they were caused a fight? Generosity wasn't green. people got mad and needed to talk about it a lot. The point is, we are an adaptive, changing group of people who have a responsibility to use things as they are. To not get overly attached to acronyms like JETPIG or overly mad about them like I felt myself getting. It's our opportunity to build our own belief system and hold it in care with each other. It's an opportunity to do service and justice. And yes, the democratic process is critical, but also inviting our spirit and inviting each other in to these words in that space is even more critical. Sometimes the sound of Legos now reminds me of early motherhood and joy, and it's not so annoying to hear. Maybe not every Sunday. Maybe not. Maybe not every Sunday, but on occasion, I'm willing to be flexible enough to say that I was wrong that day. And this is a place for everyone, whether they like Legos or not, whether they would rather quietly read a book or paint a painting. And now, with the cool new headphone earplugs people have, those loops, your kids can play with Legos and you can keep your mind at peace at the same time. The world is changing around us. Don't let it upset you. Let it challenge you. Let it move you into learning new things. And let it give you the strength to let go of the discomfort of Legos and the wildness that they begot. You are perfect timing, because may it be so, and blessed be.
We are very impressed.
I asked for that. Now the next slide. Yay, perfect. Thank you. That needed to stop. We appreciate you. Well, now I'd like to invite the organizer up from Bridge Refuge Service, and we donate 100% of our plate today to Bridge Refugee. Is it Refugee? Bridge Refugee Service, and I'm going to let you introduce yourself and talk about higher than the Legos, and we're excited to share with you because you can build really cool bridges with Legos too.
It's true. Thank you so much, guys, for having me here today. My name is Kendra. I'm the volunteer coordinator at Bridge Refugee Services here in Chattanooga. For those of you who might not be familiar with our work, we are a local refugee resettlement agency. We have another branch up in Knoxville, but I work at the one here in Chattanooga. And our mission is to help refugees rebuild their lives after suffering persecution in the countries that they're fleeing from. And we help them and empower them to become contributing members of our community. This last year, we just ended our fiscal year in September, and we got to see a lot of successes in our program and in our organization this last year. We served 216 refugees that came and resettled here in Chattanooga. That's nearly double what we received and resettled in the previous year. We also were able to respond to the war in Ukraine. We served, just since April, 60 Ukrainians local to our Chattanooga area, as well as over 130 Cuban and Haitian immigrants that are coming to the U.S. to seek asylum from the different humanitarian crises going on in Cuba and Haiti. So we're so thankful that we've seen so many successes in our organization and that we've been able to serve so many folks coming here to Chattanooga. I want to share just a little bit about our organization and kind of the tangible, what we actually do. Specifically with refugees that are coming here to Chattanooga, we offer them a number of services. Like I said, our mission is to help them rebuild their lives here. So before coming, we help secure safe and affordable housing for them. We receive donations from different people in the community that donate furniture items and home supplies so that when they get here, they have a home, something that feels like a home for them to be able to settle into. We also give them different cultural orientations so that they know how our healthcare system works, employment, laws, things like that. Because refugees that are coming here have a legal status with the U.S. government, we help them apply and secure those different services that they're eligible for. We also help them get in touch with people in the community, different services that they might need, like counseling, mental health services, elder programs, things like that, so that they really can thrive. And our mission is to just empower them and really get them connected and become members of our community. So we're so excited and so thankful that you guys are partnering with us. I know we've had a very long-standing relationship with this church, so thank you guys so much for that partnership. And we hope that you will continue to support us in our mission in making Chattanooga a welcoming place. So thank you.
Our offering will be gratefully received now. Just a reminder, 100% of the offering this week will go to this great cause. So thank you so much. Please join me in our offertory response. We give these gifts freely, committed to our mission to care, create beloved community, awaken hearts and minds, resist injustice and act with compassion, embrace life and care for the earth. To this work we dedicate our offerings. And so I thought this would be a good hymn for Lego Week. Building a New Way. So please rise in body and or spirit and join us in our closing hymn, Building a New Way. It's in the teal hymnals, if you like to follow along that way.
No. You asked me today.
Good pick, Reverend Mandy. We are
Building a new way. We are building every day. Christian, take over.
Let's try this again. We need some jazz.
We are building a new way. We are building
a guy from Austria.
We needed a guy from Austria and a lady from... That's right. Please be seated. Sometimes you need a guy from Austria to jump up and get it going. So what? Sometimes you have to sing, right? Sometimes you have to build. Sometimes you have to be patient with noises you don't understand or like. But in order to be patient with that, sometimes there are amazing creations, and I wondered if you all had anything you wanted to show us. I see some spaceships. Does anybody want to come up and show their Legos? Yeah. Woo! All right. All right, tell me what that is. A boat. Yeah, nice. Thank you. Anybody else? I see some more. Come on. Wow. Oh, my goodness, a tree. It fell. Did it make a noise when a tree fell on the Legos? And the What's that? A train. Yeah. What is this, the beginning of a house? Okay, hold them up. What did you mean? Oh, you found a truck. Yes, we find things in there. Yeah. What did you make?
I made a boat.
You made a boat? And what? Tell me about this new place. You built a new place. It's a house. Yeah. Woo! We have a new minister. And we have lots of exciting ways to explore and be together. And as I say to everyone and have proved today, sometimes it's a little uncomfortable around here. But when you stick around through the digging of the Legos, you want to make a digging noise for me? Do it. There we go. And make friends, that noise becomes less important because the love grows and the people have ways of connecting. Let's thank all our artisans today. And now, Autumn, will you extinguish the chalice? Yeah, okay. We have the regular words, I promise. Okay, so here's the little thing. We extinguish this flame, but keep the light of truth, warmth of community, and the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts and share with all the world. Announcements. So I want to we'll blow them out in a minute when everyone's done. I want to invite folks to look at the back of their order of service. It has a schedule on it. Those are what's going on this week. I want to remind folks of Richard Ralston's memorial on Tuesday. I want to remind people to show up for more and more things because this is such a great place to build and to be. And I'd love to invite you up to climb over the Legos for any announcements that you might have. We'll blow them out in a minute, I promise. Can I have a popsicle now? I make promises around here that I must keep. Yes, very soon.
Good morning, I'm Jennifer Dornbush. This is the third Sunday, so I'm here to remind you on the fourth Sunday, we collect food for the Chattanooga area food pantry. The blue bins are in the back as you enter this church. So next Sunday, please remember to buy a few extra canned goods or pantry items and help us supply the food pantry with food for this season.
It's not as easy to talk through. Anybody else? Yes. Yeah, there we go. Oh, we're above that.
Okay, is that okay? Good morning, Jen, she, her. On November 3rd, we are going to be doing, we did this last year, we're doing it again. It is an ancestor or dearly departed altar. The Earth-Based Spirituality Group is running the service that day. And so right up here where the Legos are, they won't be here that day. We will have some sacred space, and you are invited to bring some flowers or a token of remembrance or photos of any of your loved ones who have passed, whether this year or in any other year. We can also honor anyone that has been meaningful to you, whether you knew them or not. So you could honor a great teacher, you could honor somebody that you have personally never met. You can also bring mementos from your pets who have crossed the Rainbow Bridge. So pretty much anybody that you would like to remind that you're still thinking about them, whose legacy lives on in your heart, we will be honoring them on that day. That's November 3rd during regular service time.
So next week, you can actually start to bring your items, and they'll be here for the week. But I also want to say, please put your name on it, and please pick it up, even if it's a photocopy of your great Aunt Martha or something. That's really hard for me to get rid of or recycle, so I'd like to hand that back to you. Also, next week, for the Story for All Ages, if this wasn't wild enough today, we are having a costume parade. So please wear your costumes. There will also be pumpkin carving after, in the way that is safe, after church for religious education, but all folks are really invited to participate in that. If you foresee bringing a lot of extra people that aren't already part of this space, let me know so we have some pumpkins on hand. If you want to bring your pumpkin from home and paint it or decorate it and carve it, that would be great too.
Judith Pedersen Band. I just wanted to let everyone know in the church that on October the 30th, not Halloween, but the day before, we will be having our annual open house. Halloween is...
At her house, not here.
Not here. Thank you.
Yes.
And I'll try to get something in the bulletin, but if you need directions, just let me know. It's just a time to welcome all of our friends.
I go. It's fun. Any other announcements? Here we go.
Very shortly, my name is Christian. First, we had the wonderful delight to have Jack Allen here this morning to reflect together with us about democracy. Just as a reminder, whenever you go voting, so Jack Allen would be the representative for the House of Representatives. So kind of look into that, and I'll leave it at that. The encouragement to go vote. Please vote for me since I can't vote here. So don't vote twice, because otherwise it's gonna be so bad. No. And second, for forum for next Sunday, we're gonna kind of draw a picture of your life. So then in the forum room downstairs, meeting at 9:30, and we start at 9:45.
I think this is good. What do you think? Are we done? No. Well, I may be ready for some coffee. So our service is ended. May our service to the world begin, and you all come help me blow these out. You want to blow? Oh, good. One held up.
You have them well prepared.
May I take you out?